Just waiting on some people to join real quick. Happy Mother's Day. Mo. Yo, it's your boy D's Media back again with another one. Today we're gonna talk about Chief Keef just announced that he been sober off lean for 3-4 months. Let's jump straight into it. I'm proud of Keef, man, because Sosa, man, he doing it big right now. He dropped his anticipated album, Almighty Sosa 2. You know, he independent. He got his own label. You know, he got a tour coming up. You know, all the artists is starting to realize Chief Keef contribution. Like this man been gone off the mainstream, like I would say a good close to 7-8 years. He dropped little projects here and there, but this is Keith first time dropping a project and got doing interviews behind it. Promo, got a tour. Last time he did this would had to be his first album, you know, Finally Rich, you know. And the one thing I like about Keith now is in his interview, he stated, he said, man, I got a clear, focused head now. He said, man, back then when I first started rapping, man, when I was never doing interviews, you ask me a question, I'd be like, yeah, no. He said, now, man, I finally want to show the world the new Sosa. You know, he clear-minded, you know, sober. Of course, he's still blowing that za. You know, of course, you know, I'm blowing on that za too. So I'm with him on that. But you know, he put that drink down, man. You know, and Keith been on that jump for probably since he started rapping. You gotta think Keith came out like what, '09, 2010. It's 2024. So that mean that man, he been on drink for what, 12, 13 years. You know what I'm saying? And just imagine how much money he done spent on that. You know what I'm saying? Because the price of drink just keep going up and up and up. Just think about how much money he done spent on drink. You know what I'm saying? If a person drinking a pint in 2 days or 2-3 days, you know what I'm saying? A pint nowadays might be going for about some cities you might get about 4-5 thousand a bottle, maybe more than that. You know what I'm saying? So like, oh hey, what's up? But just imagine the money that Keith done spent on drink in the last 13, 14 years. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine. He done spent millions on that junk. Just think about it. If you drinking a pint in 2-3 days, and a pint, even from back then when he started to now, let's just say if a pint just $2,000, right? So you drinking a pint in 3 days. So let's just say you spending 6,000 a week on just lean. You gotta do 6 times 4, so that's 24. So that's 24,000 a month you spending. You do that times 10, you do that times 12. So that'll be over 240,000 because 24,000 times 10 is 240. So you add 2 more months. So that'll be 48. So that'll be 285,000 he spend a year on it. The man been drinking drink for the last 13, 14 years. So you do the math. 285,000 times 13, 14. You know what I'm saying? I ain't that really that good off my head with math, but just do the math. Well, we know for a fact that 285,000 times 10 will be 2.8. So then you just add another what? 570. So yeah, Chief Keef then in 14 years, he didn't spend about $3 million on it. Just imagine what he could have invested with that $3 million over the years. You know, then just imagine the health, how it's tearing his health up. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine what it's doing to his body. You know, people don't realize, the youngster don't realize that junk give you kidney gallstones. You know, it messes up your kidney. You know, you can't really take a number two right. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't really understand, especially the youngsters. They don't really understand how lean it tear your body up. You know, just imagine being 21 and having kidney gallstones or and pebbles every time you use the bathroom. Little gallbladders coming. I mean, little kidney gallstones coming out. Just imagine that. And you 20, 21, 24. Y'all remember when Fredo Santana, when before he passed away off lean, he started having seizures and all of that. Y'all don't even remember. He wasn't even what, 24, 25. Just imagine being 24 or 25 and having the same type of health issues as a 70, 80-year old. Just imagine you having seizures off of that junk. You having stomach pains, diarrhea, all of that, mood swings, all of that. People don't really realize how that drink tear your body up. You know what I'm saying? And just imagine Keith been on that junk for 13, 14 years. You know what I'm saying? So I can imagine how, and sometimes in his career, he was spazzing and going off on people and missing shows and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Some of it start to make sense. But one thing I respect Sosa is about is when you take accountability and you recognize that you the problem, you could fix it. See, when you throwing the blame on everybody else, you waiting on everybody else to fix themselves because you not blaming yourself, you blaming them. So if I'm always blaming you that you the reason I got issues, if you don't ever fix it, I'm just making an excuse to never change, you know? But if you realize that you the problem and that, you the cause of what's going on, you a change, because you realize that you're the problem. And that's the one thing I respect Keith about because a lot of people, especially in his age, don't accept accountability. He accepted accountability while his Interscope deal went bad. He accepted accountability, when he fell out with certain individuals and all of that. Like, he accepted accountability when he say, all right, my career ain't where it's at, but I played a big part in that because I don't do interviews. I don't do this. I don't do that. So, this go round, I'm about to do it for real. And look at the buzz and the anticipation that Sosa is really getting. You know, Dirt, Dirt trying to ride his wave now. Dirt saying, "Oh, Sosa back." Like everybody trying to ride his wave now. You got everybody in the music industry shouting Keef out. You know what I'm saying? Because they realizing like, dang, because he been going and ain't really released so many music mainstream, we done forgot Sosa contribution to music. But when he dropped this album and got a tour with it, he doing interviews. He got he about to have a top 100 song that he just released with Sexy Red, Damn Shorty. He tapping in with the new buzz and artists. Keith about to do his thing this go round, bro. And he owned everything. He got his own label. He learned from the past with his deal with Interscope. Then he learned from his other deal that he did with billionaire Alki Davis. So this go round, he got his own label. It's called 43B. He's signing artists. He own his own masters. He does the production on it, as far as the producing and all of that. So he don't gotta pay nobody or give somebody credits for that. So it's also about to eat, man. And he got a 20 city tour about to come up, kicking off this summer. He's about to perform in Chicago for the first time in 10 years with Cole Bennett. So Keith doing his thing, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. If Keith stay on this track, man, I can guarantee you, man, Keith can easily make $3 to $5 million by the end of this year. You know what I'm saying? Just off of touring, merch, music, interviews, features, hooks. Stop. He can make some bread. He can make some bread. Keith can really make some bread. Get in there. My bad, y'all. That's my dog. But yeah, Keith can really make some bread this go round. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing that I feel like he doing different this go round is he got a clear mind. He got a clear mind and he know his business. You destined to win. He grinded and he got a clear mind. You know what I'm saying? He ain't missing those shows. He opening up more, doing more interviews. Keith did about 2-3 interviews, man. He got probably total of 3-4 interviews in his whole career. He just did 2-3 of them already. Did one with Apple Music, I forgot the other one that he got. So Keith about to get that bread, man. People about to really see Keith, his stardom and what his contribution really was to the music and to the drill culture, because this man is about to come out, man, and I can guarantee you his album is definitely about to hit the top Billboard's 100. I could definitely guarantee you it's gonna be top 100 too. Top 10. I would say top 10. I don't see him going number one or selling no 100,000 first week or nothing like that. But I can definitely see Keith doing about 40, 50 first week. And those is decent numbers. Just think about if you're an independent artist, you know, if your CD selling for $10 a tape, you sell 50,000. That's a half a million first week. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention if you done did verses that week, hook that week, shows that week, you know. So that's good. That's good for Keith, you know. So I'm proud of Keith, man. And like I said, man, he just announced, man, that he's been clean off a drink, man, for 3, 4 months, man. I'm proud of him, man. He doing his thing, man. I feel like if a lot of the youngsters, you know, learn from Keith's mistakes, I feel like it can definitely save y'all. You know, Keith was headed to a road of destruction, man, when he got that money and he stayed in Chicago, man. You know, he was getting arrested every other week. He just kept getting this stuff. That man came to LA and he grew up over time, man. He done lost a lot of loved ones, you know. And this go round, man, I feel like this a whole new version of Sosa, man. I feel like this the version that ain't nobody really seen. Like I said, when the man came out and really buzzed and went to stardom, he was what, 16 years old? You got to think Keith probably what, 27, 28, something like that. You know, this is the grown man Sosa. You know, he ain't doing all that extra stuff that he was doing. He ain't attached to O Block and all of this no more. He a grown man. He doing his own thing out in LA. But I'm proud of Sosa, man, and I wish we had more people like that can show the youth, man. It don't matter about what you've been through in the past, or it don't matter about what people think of you, man. You can always make your own appearance, and you can always make your own presentation. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what you did in the past. Just because back in the day people called you dirty, slimy, grimy, that don't mean 10 years from now you got to still be dirty, slimy, grimy. You get what I'm saying? People evolve and they graduate on to bigger and better things. And that's all that Keith did. He just did it in front of our eyes. We went from seeing an immature 15, 16-year-old that kept going to jail, missing shows, you know, dissing 50 Cent, like dissing all these main, like, you know, just spiraling out of control, you know. But then we see him 13, 14 years later, you know, and he a grown man now. And not only is he a grown man, he acknowledging, telling the youth like, yeah, man, I was tripping back in the day, man. Like I was just on one, like, you know what I'm saying? But since I moved to LA and grew up and matured, man, my life changed. So I respect that, brother, man. It's your boy D's Media signing out.